Even though the moon on our movie is only 1/3 of the mass, the gravitational equation is a function of the distance to the center of the object. So there's a point in the movie, near the end of the movie, when the moon is so close, even though it only has 1/3 of the mass, it actually is exhibiting a stronger gravitational force to the people standing on Earth. And that's why all these anti-gravity effects. And so the math actually checks out. There's a certain point, in particular during the Aspen chase, you still have Earth gravity, because the Earth didn't go anywhere, right? So you still have this 9.8 meters per second squared acceleration downward. But then the moon was providing 4 to 5 times that gravity to the side. We've got some really strong vendors on this movie, and again, it's all going to add up to about 700 artists or so. And we just really have to kind of break it down. Okay, so you guys take care of the mountains getting destroyed. You guys take care of the flooding. You guys take care of the inside of the look of the moon. The shots up in space is a different group of people. So, and then, really what we're doing is we're just kind of coordinating all that effort. We have kind of built up a curriculum of how to do zero-G over the years, and almost always it's a bag of tricks. Depending on the shot, depending on what we're trying to accomplish in the scene, then that kind of moves towards a certain technology. And with the zero-G, we had people on wires. We had what we kind of call it a seesaw platform, where that way we could have people lay on their bellies, and then it's like we have a kind of a counterweight, and then we're just kind of rocking the back and forth. So you get this nice kind of smooth kind of sinusoidal motion. And then sometimes it'll be CG. So there's really kind of like layers, just depending on the shot, but there is no one magic rule that works for everything. It starts with previs. Actually, it starts with Roland. What does he want? A number of these conversations early on, Roland was very good, and he's always very good about this, is kind of what's the purpose of each shot? What's the purpose of the scene? And one of the things with that opening scene is he wanted to make sure that it was very clear was that the anomaly was a mystery. With those kind of overriding themes of how mysterious he wants it, how, then it's kind of like, that's how we start the previs. And he said he wants it to happen at night. So we made sure that all of our renders of the surface of the Earth were over the night surface, and so there's minimal light. And so that's kind of how we start marching through it. And then we jump from scene to scene, and really it's like, starts off with a quick conversation with Roland. Again, each and every scene, it's he gives us kind of the purpose of the scene, and we start going through the iterative process of doing previs. The Aspen chase is probably our biggest CG environment, as far as the most extensive when it comes to the effects work that's going to need to be done. Because first of all, we're going to have to build Aspen digitally. There's no way that we are going to shoot some plates, but there's no way that you could actually do practically what we're about to do, which is basically not just tear Aspen apart, but tear the mountains around it. The big thing with this movie is scale. It's like, how do we kind of keep it to the viewer can actually comprehend what's happening, but then also try to create scale. We're dealing with planet-sized problems here. He kind of starts with a premise, and then the process is exploring the what if of it all, and but he still keeps the human element to it, but he makes it so big it's something that you would never have a chance to see unless a director like him decided to make a movie like this. We're going to see visuals that we would never see.